445.110 part 2 of package ID 445.110060102.2805 class 10th English, a letter to God. We start. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Do not be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That is what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lancho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Lancho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mailbox. In the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. God, he wrote, if you do not help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live under the crop comes. Because the hailstorm, he wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and, still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Now let us quickly go through a few important words here with meaning. Conscience, an inner sense of right and wrong. Ox of a man, it means somebody who works very hard, or we can say hard working person. Daybreak, the time in the morning when daylight first appears. Pesos, the basic monetary unit of Mexico, several other Latin American countries, and of course the Philippines also. We move to our next paragraph. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God." So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea: answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. Again, we go through a few important words, students, here. Amiable or amiable, friendly and pleasant. Correspondence, communication by exchanging letters with someone. Goodwill, friendly, helpful or cooperative feelings or attitude. Resolution, a firm decision to do or not to do something. And lastly, obliged means grateful. The last part of this lesson, it was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lancho, and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature: God. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence, but he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write, with much wrinkling of his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he wrote to the window, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But do not send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lencho. So students, here we find the climax of the story. Anyhow, just one word meaning you may like to have. Contentment means satisfaction. So now with this we finish this lesson. What you have to do is make a good audio of all this package and send it for checking. Be very careful about your pronunciation and of course the rhythm. All the best. Bye.